Welcome to the ElderAbyss show. For talking videos, it's the place to go. Game tips, rants, tactics, and more. What you'll find here, you can never be sure.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. This episode we are back in Black Ops, that is. Got a little double header here on NukeTown. The reason I brought you a double header was, well, you'll see. That right there is a prime example of one of the opening moves I like to do on NukeTown, because one of the things I want to address is a habit that you'll find on especially these smaller maps of the guys that just run and don't stop. I mean, you want to run, that's fine. You know, get out to the middle and post up. That's a good move. But a lot of guys don't stop at the middle and they just keep on running. And I'm not sure what they expect to happen, because that may work out, you know, later on after the map, you know, the match gets going and you get people spread out a little bit. But for an initial opening move, I mean, come on, think about it. You're running no holds barred right into the enemy spawn, and they're all there. It's typically not going to work good. So try to avoid doing that, guys. Not a problem. You know, blaze out of the spawn, post up in the center, and catch the runners on the opposite side trying to do that. Totally legitimate move, and probably a good move. Oh, love that rolling thunder just to watch it go by. Here we got a little bit of spawn going on behind me. That's one of the really troublesome things with this map, and the second match of this. We're really going to spend a little time talking about that. But primarily on this, on the first match, these are quick, so they don't take too long. What I like to do on NukeTown here is pretty basic. It's pretty simple. I like to post up somewhere that I can cover the egress points from the enemy spawn, and try to avoid pushing up too far, because they will flip on you in a heartbeat on this map. A lot of guys like to run and gun on this map, which is, you know, it's a perfectly legitimate strategy. There's nothing wrong with that, but with the tight quarters and the crazy ass spawns, you're better off to take your time, especially if you're trying to build a kill streak, because the kill streaks are absolutely devastating on this little bitty map, especially those higher ones. They just, they rickroll the other team. In fact, watch this napalm. This is one of my favorites here. This could possibly be one of the better napalm drops I've had. Kind of a suspenseful build up here. But wait for it. I got to turn the camera around so we get a good look at this. But, you know, a lot of people's not liking... Oh! A lot of people's not liking the napalm for some reason. I love it. It's one of actually it may be the only kill streak that not only can you lay a just tremendous blow to the enemy team, but you can also put up basically an area of denial type thing. So for instance, like that spawn, if you didn't want to lay it right through the spawn, you wanted to keep them back there, you could lay it across the front, and they're not coming out for a few minutes, you know, for a minute or whatever that is. And I'm a big fan of the napalm. I think it gets a bad rep with a lot of people I talk to. They don't like it, but I'm a big fan. I like it. It's a dual purpose. Not only the initial kill, like I said, but you get that area of denial, which is pretty sweet, especially in the objective ones. Team deathmatch, not so much, unless you just want to keep them in a certain area to keep them contained for a little bit. But for objectives, wonderful kill streak. Now, as you can see, we pretty much rolled these guys on NukeTown here. But watch what happens. And I understand that that people dig NukeTown and they like it and they have a good time on it. But NukeTown is such a tiny map, and it is so vulnerable to just the slightest imbalance in team skills, if that if that makes sense. In other words, if one team has just a little bit more skill, or if it's significant amount of skill, then it's really bad. But if the other team has more skill than the enemy team, it's going to be magnified on the scoreboard. So if you get your ass kicked on NukeTown, don't get the revenge mentality and do like these guys done and just vote it back in, because we were chatting it up and not paying attention. They voted. I tried to vote. It's too late. Here we go again. And it's just rinse and repeat. There's not going to be a big change unless, you know, you got a guy that was just in the bag or something, and somebody slaps him in the face, he comes through and he's ready to play. I don't get it. I mean, I know it's a good map. I like playing it, but there's none of these maps that I like to play time after time. But it seems like NukeTown gets stuck in that groove if you're not careful, when people will just keep voting it in and voting it in. I don't understand that mentality, but you know, everybody's got a right to vote. Just be aware of that if you are trying to get away from NukeTown, to call out to your team, vote, vote. Otherwise, you'll get stuck in the NukeTown shuffle here. Pretty much same, not the same opening round as we seen last time, but same intentions. I'm kind of posting up here looking for those rushers, but looks like maybe these guys have possibly learned a couple of things. Either that or they rushed the other side, which is completely possible as well. But this match is a little different than the last one that we just watched, in that I think it was partly my team getting frustrated because we had to play it again and we didn't really want to. So we got a little more aggressive in our presence, especially on the other side of the map. So there's a large amount of spawn flipping in this one. Generally speaking, if you don't want to flip the spawns, especially on these smaller maps, you got to kind of visualize domination, and that you want to hold your flag and the B flag, and don't really transverse past the area of B very much, and just kind of keep them back on their side. Watch those egress points. If you get somebody over around their house or in the house or further back, those spawns are going to flip. Just be aware of that. Not a lot you can do about it. I mean, you can't control everybody, especially when they start getting gung-ho and you've got a couple of decent players that are fighting for kills on a map like this. But just be aware of it. And if you see, if you see some green or blue dots that are headed over into that house across the way, be prepared to turn around and face some enemies, because there's a good chance they're going to be coming right up your six. And it's kind of frustrating when you're building a kill streak and the spawns flip on you and you just missed a moment of awareness, and next thing you know, bam, your kill streak's over. So we're going to try another spawn burn here. Spawn burn. I love that. I don't know if anybody else is using that, but I like it. I'm going to coin it. Spawn burn. Problem is, they flip spawns again. And spawned right behind my ass. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Just, the UAV or the spy plane's not a whole lot of good on this map, but it can, if you've got it up in the air, at least you can be aware when those spawns start to change and flip over on you. So kind of keep one eye on your six on the UAV. If you see some red dots behind you, man, start calling it out. And you notice right there, that's what I've done. I seen those red dots, spun around, and I'm hollering back, and you'll see those blue ones start to come back this way. Oh. Middle of the map is, as long as you can hang out here, you can do some work. But it's risky. It's risky. Just like that. Oh. Looks like somebody else is running napalm too. I didn't notice that. Frag fest going in through the door there. Oh no! This game of frag tag, man. I lost. Like I said, NukeTown's fun. It's definitely highly paced and exciting. But I just, you know, back to back and again and again, any map. Nah, no thanks. I like to play them all. There's one or two I don't dig too much, but most of the maps are really good, and I have a lot of fun with them. For the smaller maps, I mean, you got this one in firing range. Personally, I prefer firing range. I think it's better than this one. I just seem to have a better. I don't know if it's a better time. It's just something about it. It's just one of those things you can't put your finger on. I mean, I like this map, but firing range is better for me on the small maps. But these little maps do go fast. I don't know what's going on there. So you want to, I always try to listen to those audio cues of enemy spy plane spotted, because that's what happened to me there. I heard it, but it just slipped my mind. I run right up on that guy. He was waiting on me. Kumbaya. Alright guys, so that's got us for this episode. Just remember, watch your votes. Try not to push too far unless you're ready for a spawn flip. Keep those planes up in case they do. Watch this kill cam, it's epic. Ash gives the guy a new swatch. So I'm going to fade out. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks guys.
We're all just gamers.